Hi there. For my 300th plot, I promised I'd answer your questions. First of all, a big thanks to all of you who asked a question, as well as to JC Teen for the commendation. The first question I'll answer was from Daniel Dolman. When exactly did I join Plotagon, and what was my experience in the first few months? I joined somewhere in October or November 2015, but at first I only played around with the app a bit. My first plots were published in December 2015, and the next few months were, quiet. Quite quiet, actually. Hardly anyone noticed me. It was only after I started interacting with other users whose plots I enjoyed that I slowly started to climb up in popularity, especially after one of my episodes was staff-picked. Next question, from BBH Rupp. I dabbled a bit with other animation software before quite accidentally discovering Plotagon, but only to illustrate points I wanted my students to understand. Never in a million years had I thought I was going to make animated shorts. It was love at first sight, even though the possibilities at the time were quite limited compared to now. For example, you couldn't record sound then, and there were far fewer props. Helen also wants to know what has been my most enjoyable plot or series to make. Oh, that's a tough one. It's like asking a mother to choose between her babies. I'd say that would probably be the Pot of Gold, because once I'd created the characters, the story just unfolded effortlessly. And similarly, Scrog Burke, Space Adventurer, where many of you had cameos. I definitely intend to make another series with good old Scrog and friends. A similar question was asked by Quincy Jones 8, who asked which plots I'm proudest of. Well, I guess it's the plots where I have a sense of achievement, because I've managed to create something out of the chaos of thoughts or emotions inside myself. The Lady of Shalott is definitely in that category, and Mr. Modigani's Magical Book Emporium. Which leads me to a number of questions from Martin Sloan. First, what's inspired me? There have been moments when I suffered from writer's block, but usually just an article or a newspaper headline gets my creative juices flowing. I always create my stories right here in the app, although I tend to make some notes in Notepad on my iPad to collect my thoughts. But I find that Plotagon is a wonderful aid for the actual writing of dialogues. Next question from Martin. Types of story I haven't tried but would like to do. Not sure. I've never done documentaries. Perhaps that's something I might try. And I definitely want to write a school soap opera. The final question from Martin. Am I interested in other forms of artistic expression? I certainly have an interest in painting, music, sculpture, etc., but I have no special knowledge about them. Nor any talent. I can't draw or play an instrument. The next question, from Rose Hill, is one I've been asked a couple of times. Do I work for Plotagon? I wish. So no, although like some other featured users, I'm an administrator for the platform. And as a teacher, I've written some lesson plans for the Plotagon education app. Rose Hill also wanted to know where I'm from. I'm Belgian. I live in a town on the language border, where people speak both Flemish or Dutch and French. The school where I teach is in beautiful Ghent. Both Rose Hill and Blue Reptile Productions asked about my health. I'm not quite out of the woods yet, and I have to remember to take things slowly. But the important thing is, I'm back. Next question is from Timberwolf about where I show my animations. I've added the links to my profile page. You can watch my plots on YouTube, Vimeo and VidMe. Those were all your questions. Thanks. Oh, and Gorilla Dada, that plot you requested will be made, but it may take a while.